But anyway, Happy New Year's. We're back at it. I know we're supposed to be doing a stream, but I was like, you know what? I guess we're not doing a stream, so I'm gonna do a stream. Um, so yeah, I think we're gonna do a little BS talking. And then jump into some Stalker 2, and let's see if, because there've been a couple of updates with Stalker 2, and these updates have not been kind for my gameplay. Let me be honest with you. I definitely progressed way further than I I left off. I've been playing a lot of game offline, but it is what it is. You know, I mean, you can't stop me from playing. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the game, right? So hopefully everything is working right. The chats will be coming in maybe shortly. We'll see. And my camera will work right because I've been having issues with that, which is one of the reasons why I was a little bit late because technology does not want to technology with me. Anyway, so yeah, this one's looking a little, man, looking too bad. I'm a little blurry. I don't know. Maybe I'll take that off. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take that off. That makes it look way better. All right. It was like blurring me out. That's crazy. It is kind of blurring me out. All right. Aaron, you get to see the glorious mess that is behind me. My Mandalorian. I think I already showed this, but finally put my Mando head together. It took me all of but watching Joker 2, which I don't know why I subjected myself to that, but anyway, yeah. Mando's head is together, and it got some heft to it. This boy got a heavy head. All right. But I gotta find him a better place than right there. You know, I mean, that's cool being next to me, but he needs a better spot. Yeah, yeah. Let me make sure the chats are live or hooked up properly. Let me say that, because sometimes things don't want to work right. All right, we good. We good. All right, we coming in. The volume's good. Volume's good. I was the last stream I did. The volume was yeah. I was talking for like an hour on mute, and no one said anything. No, people did say something. Let me take that back. I lied. I wasn't looking at the chats, which I should have been doing. But yeah, we back in it. Let me hit a refresh on that. I can't see what that says. It's so small. Maybe I'm just getting so old. I don't know. But anyway, have y'all heard of, you know, everyone, hope everyone having a good Sunday? Yeah. Hope everyone's new year was fantastic. I hope all your resolutions are fulfilled and all brought to fruition, and you don't quit on it in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. No, yeah, you guys are gonna do great. Y'all, everyone's gonna do great. I'm gonna do great. We're all gonna do great. We're gonna do great together. We're gonna lose those 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. We might need to lose 20 pounds. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So what's been going on? Nothing on my end. I've just been chilling, rocking out, talking with the fellas. I mean, you know, we've been trying to sort out this whole thing and what the future holds for us in 2025, and you know, hopefully it's good stuff. We'll see. It's still early. Still need to sort out a lot of stuff. We got a lot on our plates. Everyone here has a lot on their plates, so I'm trying to fulfill all of our life stuff, and then also, you know, get y'all content out there and try to keep it enjoyable as best we can, because at the end of the day, if we don't enjoy what we're doing, then, you know, what's the point of doing it, right? But yeah, well, with that being said, there's been a lot of news. I'm probably going to touch a little bit of it, and then we're going to get into some gaming, some BS talking and whatnot. Jason Momoa. In fact, let me pop this up here because, you know, Jason Momoa is out here. I don't know why they labeled it like this. Supergirl star. I mean, technically, he's a Supergirl star. I would have put, you know, Aquaman star Jason Momoa celebrates the Lobo casting in Supergirl. That made more sense. I should be a writer. I should be a writer. Anyway, but anyway, Jason Momoa got the cast. I mean, we've been talking about this for. I believe they're listening to us because we've been talking about this here on this program for quite some time. Like Jason Momoa absolutely would kill it. Like he has the look. He kind of has that, that pretty boyish, grungy look to him. He's clean but dirty at the same time. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but he has that look. Like he definitely could rock it out. He has that weird, quirky kind of, in your face personality. So he definitely killed this, and hopefully the script is good. And Jason Momoa, even when he was in what was the last Fast and Furious, it was an interesting choice in costume design and everything like that. But I believe he killed it. I think he did a great job in it. He had the kind of that little evil, sadistic, almost Joker-ish kind of vibe going with him. But yeah, good stuff. I mean, listen, he'll probably knock this out the park. I don't know how the rest of it will be. I mean, this is the new one of the new movies out of James Gunn's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that's looking like it's gonna be dope. Possibly, we'll see. We got some trailers. Oh, actually, boom, let's pop that up on there. Yeah. The new DCU now. Or DCEU? I don't know. We'll call it James Gunn's DC, I guess. Oh, ETC, what's going on? What's going on, ETC? How you doing? I'm here. Wish we were all here, but everyone got things to do. But I got nothing to do. I got no life. I mean, we should probably change that. But either way, here we are. We in it. Yeah, so James Gunn in the thing. We got some good news for Warhammer, or at least we know that Warhammer for Amazon is going to be happening. That's in the works now. Well, they finally came to some type of agreement, and the chats are not chatting. They came to an agreement, so now they're getting into production, and they're making it happen. I guess they worked out what's going to happen for the most part. Cavill is still part of the team. He's still producing it as well as starring in it. And if I'm not mistaken, Amazon has brought the rights. Let me see. Hold on, I got my notes. Yeah, he's executive producer, also starring. Yeah, Amazon Prime Video acquired the global rights and to the IP for Games Workshop, so they have it. It's hopefully they don't give us a bunch of garbage. I'm hoping they give us what they gave us in the Secret Levels, because that was great stuff. That was great stuff. Fingers crossed. I doubt that we'll get that, but just fingers crossed, man. Hopefully we do. It's like, just wish they'd listen to the fans. They were screaming William Dafoe as the Joker. I mean, listen. They don't listen to the fans for the most part. They're not doing that. That's too much work. Oh, let me see if I can fix these chats real quick so they can pop up. And I don't have to look at my phone, But yeah, I mean, they really should listen to the fans, because the fans, these are the people that are going to be buying your tickets. They're the ones that are going to be sitting in the theaters watching the thing. They're going to be the ones buying the DVDs, or at least streaming it, or buying the streaming rights to the DVDs, whatever you want to call the digital part. And they're the ones going to be buying the toys. They're the ones that's going to be buying the games, playing the games. Like, why are you not listening to these people? I mean, you saw what happened with Sonic the Hedgehog. Their first design was absolutely horrendous. Nightmare fuel. Pure nightmare fuel. But they sat there, they were like, wait a second, let's rethink this thing. And what do? They changed it, and now what you got? You got what? They're on the fourth film or something like that? Let's check that real quick. I'm doing too much and I'm lagging right now. Yeah, they're on the fourth film. So I mean, they're making enough where the people are loving it. They're going to see it. And again, they listen to the fans, to the audience at the beginning, and they changed that horrible design of Sonic, which will forever haunt dreams of many children and adults. Oh. Let's go here. Let's go pop out my man. And the question is, where did it go? There it is. There it is. Get that. Copy that. There we go. We good to go. All right. There it is. Let's see. Etc. Did you hear that they're having problems with James Gunn's DC universe? Really? Apparently there is an issue that are in connection with the Batman, where the Batman has been pushed back, where the Batman has been pushed back further. Really? I mean, how is James Gunn fitting the Batman into everything? Is my question. Like they kind of put him in there a little bit with the Penguin, right? But it's like at the last minute type of thing. So I don't know. Like is the Batman's going to fit in within like the realm of, or like within the same tone that James Gunn is putting out there? But then again, we still haven't seen. I mean, we saw the commercial or the first trailer for Superman, which gave us a little bit, but they didn't really lay down like in my opinion at least, the tone that they're going for with it. Because sometimes James Gunn can be somewhat comedic with his tones. Like we've seen Guardians of the Galaxy and everything like that. So we'll see what happens. Like maybe what if Batman is too? What if the Batman? Let me make sure I get that right. What if the Batman is too dark for James Gunn? Then I don't know. Maybe too grounded. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they can make it work. Maybe. I mean, what's the problems that they having? Is like the directors and the writers having problems with James Gunn? Let's see here. No, I didn't want to put is the Batman. Don't be correct. Don't be auto correcting me. I said what I said. Right. I mean, he made his first appearance in the. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. We got time. I mean, when is the next Batman, the Batman movie coming out? I mean, the Batman 2 is expected in 2 years. So we got some time. I mean, hopefully they can sort it out within 2 years, right? Or within a year, like depending on how long it takes for them to film the thing. We'll see. The Pattinson reprised his role as Batman. Matt Reeves is set to direct the sequel. All right, cool. Looking good, looking good. And yeah, sometime in 2027, we shall see the Batman. These movies are taking a minute to come out now. Everyone keeps saying the beer bug. But I'm just like, man, that thing been over for a while now. Like, what's the excuse? Like, we're like 4 years past that, you know? No, let's say three. Let's say 3 years. Think we should be able to get back on the horse and make things happen like we used to. But then again, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they need to take their time. No, I do not want to look at a YouTube.
The new bearskin hoodie for...
No. Yeah. That's all I was thinking. Like, how are they gonna get it to fit in there? Because, you know, the Batman was pretty dark compared to what James Gunn does. Interesting. All right. That's very interesting. He affected the ending of Superman and Lois because he didn't want it affecting his universe. Very interesting. I don't know. I mean, but people are saying Superman and Lois is pretty well. When I say people, Jack and Lawrence are saying that Superman and Lois is pretty good. So I don't know. I don't know too many other people watching Superman and Lois. So Chris is not watching it. Chris needs to be watching it. I feel like that's up Chris's alley. You know, DC Universe. That's his whole thing. That's their whole shtick. Their whole spiel. I don't know, man. I mean, again, they got 2 years to sort out their lives and sort out this whole debacle and make it work. If not, it'll be a shame. Another Batman dropped like that, that'd be a shame. Especially this one, I promise. This one, absolutely, I promise. But we'll see what happens. That's all I know for the news portion of stuff. I mean, things are happening. Got a lot popping off in my life. I can't lie. Started playing another game. Actually, no, I take that back. Didn't start playing. I went back to playing Carrion, which is a game. It was on Game Pass, but it's a simple side scroller game where you're pretty much like a blob type creature, type entity breaking out of a lab, and you're trying to get your way out into the world, and which. Realistically speaking, that's not a good thing for the world, considering that you're eating people. Yeah, but either way, it's a fun little game. Gets aggravating at times, but it's fun. We got here. Nosferatu passes 100 million globally as Mufasa and Lion King reign supreme. First of all, I did not know Mufasa was out. I mean, it's not like I was going to watch it anyway, but still. Nosferatu, I don't know if I want to watch that. Ooh, I don't know how good this is. Star Wars Lucasfilm's rumored to be developing a series set in the Knight of Old Republic era. Ah, man. Cringing on that one as well. Not a fan of Superman and Lois. I couldn't see any of the actors as the roles they were cast for. Oh, okay. But I did feel for the fans just because it wasn't for me or others, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Just because, I mean, there's plenty of things that I don't like that everyone absolutely raves over. I'm just like, it's just not for me. And that's pretty much how I look at it. I don't ever knock anyone for not liking what I don't like. And vice versa. Let's see here. I don't know if I would even trust this. Like, who? I would need to know who's making this film. What are their credentials? Kathleen Kennedy. No. She's still part of everything. Like, they haven't fired her yet, or she hasn't resigned. is developing a show set during the Knights of the Old Republic. This is according to Daniel Ritterman. I don't know. Though this doesn't necessarily mean that the series will be a direct adaptation of the game, which seemingly highly unlikely, we'd be very surprised if the main characters didn't appear. I mean, I imagine if you're going to do Knights of the Old Republic, you got to have some of the characters in there, right? Just for that nostalgia, for the member berries, as they say. I don't know. But as long as they don't go the Leslie Headland way like that, they just absolutely, in my opinion, push Star Wars back. I mean, realistically, Star Wars really wasn't up there. I mean, from the previous things that came out. Andor, everyone raves about it, or at least talks highly about it. It was too boring for me. I was like, man, it was just too much. It was a drag to get through. Really was a drag to get through. And though people hate Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, I enjoyed it. And again, that goes back to the whole, not everyone's gonna like what you like, and you're not gonna like what everyone else likes. Like, even though the masses were like, Book of Fett was boring and whatever, I still enjoyed that little story. The little bit of Boba Fett I'm gonna take it. Like, it wasn't all bad to me. But yeah, but then you got the Last Jedi with what's her name? That should have been a story about Finn. I'm keeping it buck. That should have been a story about Finn. That whole thing should have been a story about Finn. He ends up being a Jedi, also leading a rebellion with the stormtroopers. What? That 100% should have been a story about Finn. Man, I don't know what that whole mess that they made with those two, was it 2-3 movies? Man, that thing was and it just ended horribly. And then we fast forward to the Acolyte, that whole mess. I don't care. People want to be contrarians, talking about, oh, it wasn't all that bad. I'm like, bro, that show was garbage. We doing a fancy garbage. It was garbage. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. There's no way you just butchered it. First of all, the story was just all over the place. The first couple of episodes were boring, except for what? Let me take it back. What was it, like 3 to 5 minutes of action at the beginning? And then after that, you got 3 or 4 episodes of just boring. Boring, made no sense. Just talking, more talking, and more talking. Not really laying down any stories or plan. It was just like, what am I watching? What am I watching? I couldn't do it. So it wasn't good. Anyone that says it was good, they're only talking about the little bit that they watch, and it was literally just the action. Like Jack would sit there like, man, there has some good scenes, and he will literally just point out the 2 good fight scenes, and maybe that one getaway scene, which also didn't make sense. I'm like, man, this show's not good. It's not good. You didn't even watch all of it. Most people didn't even watch all of the show. They just watched the good parts, which is like, you're talking 8 hours of show, and you can only point out 15 minutes of the good parts. It's crazy. So hopefully they don't go the Leslie Headland way. Hopefully Leslie Headland is nowhere near anything at all. Like, if she wants to make a movie that represents her life and whatever that might be, like, make a new movie, make a new show. Stop making these shows and like dressing them up. Stop making these skinwalker shows. Stop skinning these IPs and then making these horrible stories that you have, and then just draping over the skin of Star Wars to try to make it sound good. This is just, we don't need it. We want good shows. Everyone wants good shows. All right, let's make that happen. Make the fans happy. I heard Skeleton Crew's all right. I believe, not Lawrence. Chris is watching it, but I mean, Chris is also simple, not in a bad way, but he's very easy to please. That sounded better. He's very easy to please. So I don't know if I should take Chris's word of if the show was good or not. But again, people are somewhat raving about it. They're not too upset about it. So I'm like, all right. I mean, they say it's giving that Goonies kind of Goonies vibe. So, and it's also geared for a younger audience. So I'm not too mad about that. Ooh, Star Trek. Yes, I saw a little kind of YouTube doc on Star Trek and like the fall of Star Trek. I was like, and I can't lie. I'm like, Star Trek fell off for me last time. I was really into Star Trek, even though people hated it. It was Voyager. Like some people hated Voyager, but I love Voyager. Listen, you give me a little bit of Seven of Nine, I'm all in that. All right, but I was into Voyager. You had all the things that people want in a show, just strong female lead, like a strong captain, female captain, which like I love Janeway. Janeway was dope, and like even all the other roles. It's like, bro, I enjoyed Voyager, but I didn't really get into Star Wars until I'm sorry, Star Trek. Excuse me, Star Trek. Forgive me. I ain't getting into Star Trek until Next Generation. Like I used to watch the first Star Trek, and like here and there, but to me, like when I was growing up, it was an old show. Like it didn't interest me like that. But then when Next Generation came out, I was all into that. Picard, Riker, all of them, Aurora, Data, Worf, the whole crew. That was my Star Trek, right? And then after that, it was what Deep Space Nine. I mean, you had the few movies from the original cast from Star Trek, which I was also Wrath of Khan, and so on. And then the one with the whale. What was the one with the whales? Where the whales had to get them back in time or get them into the future. What was the name of that one? Anyway, that come to me. But yeah, I was into all those. And then it was Deep Space Nine, which I was rocking with heavy. And then Voyager, which I was rocking with. And then after that, I kind of just fell off. I mean, what was after? There was not. There was a couple of others that came. Came a few years after. The movies were the movies that came after. I mean, it's like all action packed because who was making those movies? Star Wars movies. I think it was my man with all of the Star Trek movies. Excuse me, Michael Bay. I feel like it was Michael Bay. It was given Michael Bay. No, J.J. Abrams. Yeah, J.J. Abrams. It's very yes, 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 yes. Now I'm seeing it. But I mean, it was alright. I mean, I feel like they were trying to make Spock into a punk. Like I didn't understand it. Like no, my he's a Vulcan. Like let that man Volk. I'm sorry, not Vulcan. He's a Romulan. Let that man do what he does. Suppress his emotions. Like why are you trying to make him cry? Why are you trying to make him feel things? He's getting the job done. Let him get the job done. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna make him cry, you're gonna make him get into his emotions, then he's gonna slip up and mess up, then you're gonna blame him because he's too emotional. Stop it. We've seen this play out. Let him do him. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad. It's watchable. I'll say that. Chris Pine, he's easy on the eyes, I guess. I mean, Zoe Saldana, forget about it. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, she was annoying at times, but yeah, I still rock with her. But John Cho, listen, John Cho, going from White Castle to just the stuff that he's doing, he's not a bad actor. He's doing all right. He's getting some of these serious roles and whatnot. Yo, listen, I'm telling you, Voyager. I was watching Voyager on my own, but I was definitely watching Next Generation with my pops. Like it was a thing. We just sat down, we watched Next Generation, and I think a little bit of Deep Space Nine. But these were my jam with Star Treks, bro. Like those are my three. Those are my top three. Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and I could probably move those around, those two around. But those are my three shows. After that, the shows were just. I tried to get Below Deck, the animated series one. I was just like, I don't know. It's like it just wasn't. I feel like they were trying too hard. They were trying too hard to be something that they were not. I tried to get into Picard. I was told that Picard picks up in season 3, but for me, I'm just like, man, like, are we still in the age where we got to watch a whole like 2, 3 seasons of something before it starts getting good? I feel like we shouldn't be doing that now. That's like that's something of the past. We shouldn't have to wait like multiple years and multiple seasons before a series get good. It should be good off the rip, off of strength. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Voyage Home. That was the one with the. That one was. I don't know why it was weird to me, but it was like weird because they were like the. I think the whole thing was they thought they weren't able to go home and they were trapped at the bottom of the sea. But then the whale songs were like this, like this frequency of the whale songs was able to get them home. It was weird, but again, I enjoyed watching it. Like I enjoyed what I even enjoyed the other one where the actually that might have been the first. That might have been the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek. I enjoyed that slightly because I just like the story. If they're going back, no, 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 that wasn't that. I take that back. Let me look at these movies. Uh, the one where they went back in time because the Borg went back in time to to kill the father. Well, not the father, the creator of Warp Drive. It wasn't Final Frontier. Was it First Contact? No. Nemesis, man. Insurrection? It might have no, it was First Contact. Yes, yes, yes. It was First Contact. First Contact where the Borg goes back. And speaking of the Borg, yo, Picard was a Borg and then came back and was still running. Listen, man, Star Trek will forever be a part of my life. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like the fact that he came out, he went, got assimilated, and was able to get out of that, and was still a captain, and moved on to higher ranks after. Come on now, what are we talking about? But yeah, First Contact was another one of those movies that I enjoy watching. I mean, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yes, when they started getting into the war stuff, I looked at D Space Nine as like it wasn't because I mean it was a space station. They weren't really traveling anywhere. They were like a hub or a depot for like other aliens to come in and like commerce and all this other crap, right? I looked at it kind of like not the office, but kind of like the day to day. Like you're not getting like the full action of space exploration. Things are changing all the time. It's like watching a sci-fi airport, I guess, or like ship port, and just like the day to day, the ins and outs of that. And I don't know. For me, that I enjoyed that. Um, but yeah, when they got into the war, the Dominion War, yeah, 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 it definitely because now you getting action. Now you getting conflict that it needs to be resolved. Yeah, Star Trek, then Star Trek Into Darkness, Nemesis, meh, Insurrection, also. Yeah, First Contact was like the last of the movies that I enjoyed, and after that, it just was. I didn't Into Darkness. It was just too action, adventure, and I don't even think I saw. Did I see Star Wars Beyond? I did, I did, I did. Didn't remember it, but I did. Oh no, this is when they landed on the planet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and then the hot alien chick saves them, right? Because I mean, you gotta have it, right? Bro, I mean, first contact was dope. I mean, you got that the whole going back in time and kind of seeing how things happen. Like I love stuff like that when you kind of go back in time and they're trying to they get to because they're not even just going back in time to to stop a thing from happening. Like they're going back in time. They're going back as like, you know, as people in awe of the person. And they kind of low key, if I remember correctly, kind of low key got disappointed because Homeboy was like a drunk. He wa- he was like he was nothing as they described him in the books, right? Like when it's like one of those, it's like a classic example of never meet your heroes because you'll get disappointed. And that's pretty much what happened. But my man came into his own right. But you know, at the beginning of that, like he was nothing but a drunk. Like people didn't like him. And then, you know, he became what he became and achieved you know, warp contact and first contact, or warp speed and first contact. So it's yeah, first contact, man. That's one of those movies that I always enjoy watching. It's just one of those memorable movies, like especially memorable movies, just like with Voyage Home. Is just there's scenes in it that just always sticks out to me, and I always remember that, and I always watch it. Just I mean, speaking of things that always like Star Trek Next Generation, there's one episode where is it was like a mind worm. It used to freak me out as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a little pink, almost scorpion looking thing, and it would get in people's heads, and it would take them over. And that episode freaked me out, but I loved it. I loved it. Let me see if I can find that. Uh, Star Trek Next Gen. How am I gonna label this? Star Trek Next Generation Mind Bug. All right, is that it? Oh, no, 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 no. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna find it. That was a horrible, horrible description. No, that's way different. That's not it. Ah, now this is gonna bother me. This is gonna bother me all night. I'm about to find out what that episode was. Um, Measures of a Man, but actually, I think that might be it. Deals with a mind bug. Measures of a Man. Mm. But anyway, but yeah, Star Trek. I mean, they've again. I hope. I mean, Star Trek's been dying, from what I'm understanding. They're trying to milk it for as much as they can. No one, the numbers have the viewership has been down for quite some time. Whatever the current one is, if anyone even remembers who the current what the current Star Trek is, they're trying to, you know, do new things with Lower Decks, which hasn't been doing too great, and they're trying to milk this movie that's coming out with Yo upcoming with Michelle with Michelle Yo. Was it section 9? No, section something else. And I heard she got paid off of that, or is getting paid. She got a couple, not a couple, a few mil. I think like 11 to 12 million to do that movie. And I mean, good for her. Good for her. But bro, is it really worth it? And I think that movie's going straight to stream, if I'm not mistaken. No, they're not even talking. Don't tell me they're not talking about this movie now. There's no way. Section 31. That's it. And it's coming out this year. Yep, it's coming out this year. Yeah, but I believe this one was also pushed